Hello everyone, it's Daily Joke with 77. We're back with another Blade review because we're on the sequel now. Told you guys I'd be recording this. Anywho's, welcome back fellow multiverse travelers, beings that have unimaginable powers, feed on blood for sustenance. I spelled that wrong. We are back in Blade's universe. Looking over my script. The Reaper Strain. What is it? Why is Blade searching for Whistler? All that and more is answered today. Let's dive in. Okay, first note, I must say, because both this and the Strain were, I know Guillermo del Toro wrote the Strain. I think he wrote Blade 2. I know he directed it as well, Blade 2 as well. He directed, I think also produced the Strain. If you love the Strain, you'll love this movie. Trust me. It's the same vibe. Creepy horror. It's a vibe. First, grab your bong, pack those bowls, grab your pipe, your pen, joints, edibles, and blunts. Spark it up. Spark it up kind of thing. I'm doing that wrong. Haven't used my bong in a hot minute. Yeah, get fucked up. Let's fucking go. Get your special suck out, nerds. It's about to get good. Oh, and also, there's only ever been one Blade. There's only going to be ever one Blade. We all know how that goes. Or how that's going. Sorry, my bad. Alright. Oh, this is going to be interesting. This is a long one. Before we get into this, here we're going to transition to a new color lights in 3, 2. I timed that wrong. Oh well. Alright, I'm loving the red. Hey, we can go orange. Feeling orange? I'm feeling orange. Start red. That's how we'll differentiate this review from the others, is the orange. Like Doctor Strange. It's the portal into a new universe. You get the point, you get the gist. I timed that so wrong. Like Deadpool 3. Damn it, I did that wrong. No, the awful dismount, that's the only thing the theater will ever remember. I think that's like I said, it's hard to tell with the sub. If you put on the subtitles, nobody said. I think he said that's the only thing that they'll remember. That's right. We continue to speak into this universe in the Czech Republic at a blood bank. Now there are two men, right? One of them we'll find out. We'll find out his name. One of them looks a little odd, right? Got a scar going down his chin. The other one is there, like like telling him, oh yeah, you give blood, they pay you like a lot and everything, or whatever the fuck he says. And then he said something, and then like the other guy just like commented on it. I can't remember exactly. I haven't watched the movie in a while. This is my favorite. It's just been a hot minute since I watched it. Let me see, where am I going with my script? Yeah, he's quite pale as well. This other guy is quite pale. Really odd eyes. You can't really see his face much under the hood, or his head, I should say, but he's bald. Completely vein showing everything. So the man I'm assuming on the left or right, whichever way the camera's looking, the guy that's all pale and shit, yeah, he's brought in. And then he's told they tested his blood. They found something odd in his blood as well. They'll tell him about to determine his eligibility to donate, I should say. The facility, by the way, is very clean in a way. It's very kept up, I should say, except for all the blood in the in the little rooms where they feed, where you donate. Just a little hint. It's extremely secure as well, right? Yeah. It's bloody. Oh, so bloody. So much blood. Just so much blood. There's no humans around. Did you catch that when you saw the scene? Did you catch that? They were like, mopping up the blood, and there was no humans around. Vampires, man. They're all vampires. It's obvious. So we learned this is basically a feeding supply. It's a nest, It's perfect cover and everything. Nobody would basically know it's a nest. Nomak is his name, by the way. This guy. Um, basically, um, he's what we know as a Reaper. I'll explain what those things are right now. They are a mutated genetic vampire. Basically, it's like a virus within the virus. It infects them, it makes them crazy. They feed on vampires. They need constant feeding. We'll find out more about them, but they're like the diseased vampires, the unpure, if you will. 1 second. Yeah, it mutates vampire genes. So he's a vampire, right? But the Reaper strain basically mutated his genetics. It's interesting. He's forcibly restrained because they think they're going to dissect him and study him. Oh, you'll find out no. He's about to be, they were thinking they could feed on this guy. They didn't know what he is. So, yeah. He turns the tables very quickly. Anyone that's coming at him, yeah, we'll find out. Yeah, the woman that brought him in, he feeds on her violently. I mean, blood just went everywhere to, like, where the right of, or our left of the wall, like the right side, but we're seeing it as the left. Blood just went everywhere. It was insanely gory. Love Guillermo del Toro for his level of gore and blood and horror. That's what's up. Love it. And he's feeding violently on her. The cop, bam! He just threw. No, sorry, he didn't swat him. He just went, whoom, threw the fucker into the wall with extreme force. Superior force, as I put it. And then the doctor that had those like scarecrow looking sharp shit on his fingers. The doctor is fed on. In a second here, but he says into the camera, "I hate vampires," and then he just feeds on him. Blade is gonna narrate here in a minute, but the way the movie's set up from here, the scene alone, I was like, the scene alone. You can tell I'm high. You can tell. It's been a hot hour or so. It's been a hot minute since I've done a review this month. How many days has it been now? It's been a whole week. Cool. It's been a week. So if I can try to do one a week, maybe 2 a week, that sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, I almost did one. Yeah, I almost did one on the 8th. No, it premiered on the 7th. I'm thinking something else. Oh my god. Here we go. So, just the way they set up, like, the villain and shit, that was really neat. Nomak is a good setup. He's a cool character. I can't remember who plays him, but damn, he's cool. He's very skilled in martial arts. Obviously, we'll find out more on that. Here we go. Blade is narrating. He's a vampire. Forget what you know about vampires. They exist, kind of thing, right? And he's one of them, a daywalker, or a Damphir, as I put it. He can walk in between the human and the vampire world. He has obviously the strengths, none of the weaknesses. You know, he can't be stopped by sunlight. Garlic won't affect him. Silver ain't gonna do shit to him. He heals rapidly. Stamina, strength, speed, agility, reflexes, senses. Yeah, this dude is a beast, man. Okay. So in the scene, he's like he's casting his silver bullets. He's sharpening his sword, if I'm not wrong, or doing something with his sword. I think. Yeah, he's preparing it. He's preparing his other weapons. Yeah, he was doing some bad shit, man. Thought he was sharpening his sword. I'm like, no, you remember wrong. Here we go. And he's obviously a vampire hunter, as we know. Here we go. Whistler is revealed to be a vampire. What he hates most, unfortunately, and I can't speak. In the present, I'm like, no, I can't speak for love of me. Blade is hunting vampires as usual. He is basically just going to town with his guns. He's just shooting left and right, vampire headshots, chest shots, everything. Just like, damn, he's accurate. Wow. And then he throws this like little blade and everything. and all that, and one of the guys on the bike, and then I think it was one point that he used his martial arts prowess. Oh yeah. After that, oh my god, he did. Yes, he did. Ooh, yeah, buddy boy. Oh, he was going to fucking town, whooping ass left and right on the vampires, just beating their asses, staking them. I think. What else? Yeah, he just used his fists, hands, his fists, knees, feet, elbows, stakes, gun. I think at one point, yeah, and then, yeah, here we go, going through script. Da, 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 da. Yeah, he leaves one alive and questions him, and you know about Whistler, where is he, and all that shit. The guy doesn't tell him, and then Blade it looks like Blade ended the thing, you know, ended the vampire. He's escorted into a vampire nest, where he shoots through the door. Ah, alright, itchy. Ah, itchy itch. Okay, gotta shave soon, that's why. And more martial arts prowess, as I put it. There was another fight scene, which was just really badass, and he was just kicking fucking ass, man. So he eventually finds this, like, room. There's these 3 chambers, like, one in the middle, left, right. Whistler was in the middle, right? And he finds Whistler, and then he takes out his sword, and cuts the tubes, and he tells Whistler, "You're going home," or something like that. "You're coming home," something like that, and something like that shit. Basically, we meet Scud, who's played by Norman Reedus, which was awesome. Love that shit. There's another actor I like in this movie that's in it as well, besides Wesley Snipes. Hello. He questions Blade as to why he didn't kill Whistler. Blade wants to cure him. And everything, so why didn't he kill Whistler? He wants to help him and cure him. You know, help him break with this shit. Okay, so then he helps Whistler sit up in this little chamber. Basically, he gives him 2 choices, like, you're gonna go cold turkey, from being turned, with this little serum that I pumped into you, kind of thing, or those blinds are gonna go up and you're gonna burn the sunlight, or Blaze is gonna take him out with a bullet. So he has 3 choices. He has 2 choices. He kills him with sunlight, or in general. Okay. And the next morning, Whistler's cured. And he goes, "How do you feel?" "Like hammered shit." Okay. Blade was ready to kill him, of course, and then Whistler gets back into his work. Scott argues with Whistler how it should be done. You know, basically like, hey, you know, whatever the fuck he said, like, this isn't like kitty bullshit here. Like, this is real fucking shit. This is like, you know, yeah. Like, he was giving him the business. He was asking what he did to the car. Oh, jeez. Okay, that's funny. Okay, then alarms go off, right? So basically they have heat signatures of 2 figures, but they're not giving off any actual body heat. They're yellow technically, or blue in the thermal camera. No body heat. And he's like, "Yep, no body heat, must be suckheads," or something like that. Yeah, no heat signature, I think is what he said, or something like that. Yeah, they're 2 vampires that are armed, of course, and everything. So yeah, Blade goes to arm himself. Whistler grabs an AR-15 with the scope. Excellent fucking build, not bad. And a UV light on it. I think it has a UV light on it. The vampires are very ninja-like. You pick up on that very quickly. They're very ninja-like, just slowly moving around, just very quick. At the same time, they're slow and methodical. They're quick and methodical, I should say. Obviously, Whistler sees one, he just goes da 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 doosh, or yeah, something like this, like da 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 doosh, just shooting the freaking rifle, man. It's cool. Um, yeah, that didn't work. They just disarm him. And then Blade decides to handle them personally. And this is where it gets fun. The script took me 2 days to write. Two. No. 3. There's Sunday today. 3 days to write. I started 2 days ago. It took me 3 days to write it. Woo, boy. So, sorry. Scratching. Okay. Sorry, itchy. Anywho's. They're very evenly matched. They're skilled. They're quick and everything. It's intense. It was a great show, CGI too, but really showing off what Blade is capable of, in a way. Using his powers against something that can dish out what he can dish out. No, yeah, that can evenly dish out what he just dished out. Yeah, you get my point. Now there's sword fighting as well, which was awesome. Martial arts are on full display, of course. Scud had to turn on UV lights. I forgot to mention that. And then the vampires like little goggles just like telescoped in or some shit like that, whatever you call it. It's like the little circle shrinks so they could not be burned by the sunlight, by the UV lights. I mean, yeah, the masked figures eventually stopped fighting. And like after Blade was beating their asses left and right, they unveil that they are from a vampire nation, and they want a truce. One is Assad, the other is Nisa or Nessa, something like that. Yeah, the real threat is Nomak and everything, and I'm thinking here. They're telling him they need to team up to stop this threat and everything. So basically, they get a helicopter. They're going to their base, essentially, what it is. And Scud is like, talking shit to him, and then he's like, "Yeah, show him, Blade." And then he opens his coat. There's like Semtex, just he's like Semtex enough to like level like 4 blocks or some shit like that, something like that. It's like insane amount of explosive damage. Jesus, Semtex is nasty. Okay. Here we go. I'm just looking through the script. If I can pronounce his name right, they mention him as Eli, and then there's someone else. Demiskitos or something like that, or whatever the fuck it was. I can't pronounce it to save my life. We're just gonna call him Eli. And he's their boss. I'm like, we're gonna call him Eli. We're just gonna stick with his first name that we were given in the movie because I can't pronounce his other name. Oh my god. So Blade agrees. He meets the boss. They're told about the Reaper strain, about Nomak. This is a threat to humanity and all that shit. So Blade's gonna help the Blood Pack now. They're a team of vampires, basically trained to kill him, but of course they don't. The group consists of Lighthammer, Verlaine, Priest, Snowman, Chupa, and Reinhardt. And then, of course, Reinhardt is played by Ron Perlman. Yeah, it's one of my favorite actors. He's so him when he portrays Reinhardt. It was perfect. Tension rises, of course, and then Reinhardt is just stupid to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking fight you now, I'm gonna beat your ass. Yeah, he fails miserably at that. Blade just basically, has a stick right in front of him or something like that, or whatever the fuck it was, he smacks him on the head with it, like, boom, boom. That fucking killed me, that was funny. And then eventually, how did he fucking do it? I know he traps his arm or some shit like this. Yeah, he has his arm trapped, and then he smacks on this little bomb on his neck, on the back of his head, and everything like that. So, I'm trying to remember how he has him. As if I'm trying to stop someone's coming at me with a punch. Of course, I would want to manipulate their arm. Basically to where I'm pulling them around, then I'm going to trap it basically around from their shoulder up. So trapping them, like this right here, I can smack something on their head like he did. Perfect. So basically, the bomb's rigged to be tampered. If it's tampered with, it go boom. It go boom. Blade has a detonator he can activate at any damn time. So they're scoping out vampire facilities and everything, nests, blood banks, um, yeah, all that shit. Facilities, blood banks, nests, all that shit. Their first target is a hotel. I forgot the name of the hotel. Basically, Whistler is going over all their weapons. They have UV lights on them with a filter so the vampires don't get burned, but it'll burn the Reapers. Good thing he installed those, and then he takes over. Watch Scud is in the van. He has, I think, 2 Desert Eagles, 50 cal, of course. Good choice, my dude. Good choice. So he also has UV lights all over the van and everything, so he's protected best he can do, kind of thing. Oh yes, in the hotel, it's like a nightclub. The vampires are defeating, and they're also dancing and doing whatever the fuck else. It was odd. So the Blood Pack and Blade and Neza and Assad are cautiously walking through the hotel. You get my point. Basically, in no time, also Whistler disappeared for some reason. In no time, they are surrounded. Outside and inside the hotel, they are just surrounded. Nomak really overwhelmed them pretty quickly. The Blood Pack had to kill. I think they were able to drop 7 Reapers. I believe 7. That's not bad, and they're hard to kill, so fair enough. As they try to hold them off, it's short-lived. The Reapers are very formidable. They're proving that. They're being very tough to stop. Nomak and Blade get into a hand fight, which was awesome. It was so awesome. The martial arts were really peaking this one. Perfect. Very grounded. Priest is bitten, and so was Lighthammer, as we'll find out. But Priest basically was figuring, well, all of them's correction were figuring out there is no cure for this thing, so they just burn him in the sunlight. Yeah, they just burn him in UV light, I should say, or sunlight, whichever one it was. I can't fucking remember. This is a big wake-up call, because after Lighthammer was hiding his wound, I should add that, he was hiding his wound. Donnie Yen in that scene was really kick-ass. That was cool. Really showing off what he could do. That was neat. Oh, shit. I had to adjust how I was sitting here. Oh, yeah, those are my lightsabers in the back there. Just decided to put the blades in them and all that shit. Where am I in script? Where am I movie? Oh yeah, this is a big wake-up call for all of them, Blade and the Blood Pack. The Reapers, as they'll find out, are immune to garlic, silver, and what else? Any other injuries as well. They heal very rapidly. They figure out UV light is the only way to destroy them. So they find one to capture and everything, and it's like it's biting into itself. It's trying to feed on itself. Because it needs constant feeding. They all need constant feeding to stay, powerful, stay as they are, or they just start to die off. So they capture it, put it in the chamber where Whistler was, and let it start to die. And then, let's see, here we go. Where are we? Where are we at? Yes, they study it further. That's what they're doing. They're studying it for hours. I think it was like 7 hours later, it finally dies, kind of thing. And then Neza is like, we need to do an autopsy. That's what needs to be done. They find out a lot about this thing. First of all, the stinger has a neurotoxin that paralyzes the victim so they can feed. Another thing, the parasite is the body, kind of thing. That's how the virus affects the vampires or a human. It mutates genetics, and then there's hard case bone around the heart, so it's impossible to stab with a stake or shoot at it with a bullet. It's difficult. So Scud comes up with UV grenades and a big ass bomb of them, kind of thing. So in case that's needed, with like phosphorus rods in the middle to make it go boom, and do the flash of the UV light, kind of thing. Yeah, do the flash of the UV, it just goes boom anyway. Because no, it doesn't go boom, or does it go boom? No, it's like a flash. That's right. It doesn't go boom. It just goes. Whoosh, it flashes. Brain is all over the place today. So they hunt in the morning. They're all ready for battle. In the sewers, that's where they go. They split up in 3 teams. So I think Chupa and Reinhardt were with Whistler. I think Niza or Assad were with Blade. And then... shit. Yeah, I think... Yeah, the two that liked each other from the movie were together in another team. And yeah, those are teams. So Reinhardt and Chupa are getting revenge on Whistler for losing a partner. Blade loses his, kind of thing. And yeah, he gets his revenge for sure. Whoa, he does. He'll get it. He'll get his revenge. So a lot of the blood pack are dying except for Reinhardt. He survives. Assad is totally gone. There's no hope. He gone. Niza's injured and everything, and then Blade has to feed her his blood to heal her. And then Reinhardt steps in. Cohen's men or something like that. I think that's how you pronounce his name. The lawyer of Eli, or Demaskitos, or whatever the fuck you call him. I'm probably butchering that name left and right. And he betrays Blade. So does Reinhardt. They betray him. Oh, the double cross. Love a plot twist like that. So they tase Blade, probably with more max electricity that would knock out like herd of elephants. It would knock him out. Also, Whistler encounters Nomak, and he gives him this ring. And there's a truth. And everything with that ring. Okay, let's see here. Okay, then yeah, we get to that. Oh right, and then we get back to this facility, right? After Blade is captured, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we need your blood for an experiment, by the way, and we're also creating a new breed of vampires." There's this whole like little fucking cylinder of them being bred, kind of thing. They're like growing. It's like insane. What the fuck was that? So Scott was working for that guy the whole entire time. He has a familiar tattoo. Scott was able to take off the grenade from Reinhardt, and yeah, Blade was like, "Yeah, I anticipated that, you little shit." Boom, and the bomb just goes boom. Basically, Blade is prepared for an experiment. Nomak is preparing to enter the building, so basically Blade is being drained of his blood, and then Whistler is with Reinhardt, and yeah, he's gonna use Blade's sword on him, and then all of a sudden, Nomak tears through the facility, tears through the guards. They just can't stop him. He's a force to be reckoned with. Whistler is able to escape. He wounds Reinhardt or something like that, or does something to get him off of him. Blade was able to escape thanks to Whistler, who got he didn't get I think he got his shades back for him. Yeah, he did. And then he's like telling Blade, "Hey, you gotta get up, you gotta fight." So he's like helping him get to get to the chamber where the little vampire embryos are. There's also a pool of blood that'll come in handy later. Basically, they're getting shot at as Whistler and Blade are trying to get over to that thing of blood. He eventually falls in. It's go time. Oh, it's go time. It's go time. He gets souped up on blood. We all know how this song and dance goes. He's getting more powerful than ever. I mean, he was soaked in blood. Could you imagine how powered up he'd be? It's just like inhaling all that. Oh, then he cracks his neck and he's like, oh. And he's just cracking his neck, cracking his knuckles, preparing for a fight. Oh, that was awesome. Let's see. the guards are going to be his ragdolls, his punching bags. He beats their asses, man. He uses their stun batons against them. He suplexes a dude right into the glass. Oh, that was sick. Now Reinhardt is like, yeah, I'm not gonna finish you off, motherfucker. You know, my daddy said something something. You gotta do something right. You gotta do it yourself. And he tries to like swing a blade, and he catches it, and he's like manipulating it. Right, he's just like bending it, whoo, and then he throws it, and then Blade catches it, and he goes. It's like before he did that, I think he said something like, "Tell me, do you blush?" That was a great fucking comeback. Yeah, he just cuts right up the middle. He's like, and then he catches the shades as Reinhardt is burning into ash and puts on the shades. Oh, beautiful moment because they were tossed by Whistler, right? So, you know, the father of Nomak and Neza is like trying to like, you know, he's trying to kill her and everything. She stops him. With Nomak's help, Nomak kills him. He bites into his father's neck. That makes him into like stone, and then he just disintegrates. Now Neza is bitten by Nomak, so here's a problem. Home stretch, folks. We're almost done. We are almost done here. Almost done with the plot. We're almost done. I think this has been a fun review so far. Tell me in the comments what you're smoking on or what edibles you had. As always, tell me. I'd love to know. That's fun. Seriously, like, it's a lot of fun for me to know. I'd love to compare strains and everything with you. It'd be awesome. So Blade and Nomak fight. They're really, really showing off here. Like, yeah, it's Blade is on his power level now, so that's awesome. He stops Nomak. He beats him royally, and then he just impales him right through the heart, because I think he got a wound on him. I think he was able to cut through the bone, so it was just simple yank right with the blade into his heart. And that's how he stops him, and then he just like burns into ash kind of thing. So then Neza is like, after she locked down the building, she now opened up all the shields and everything, so any vampire in there is just gonna go whoosh. It's gonna go into ash. He takes her to the roof to see the sun. She's never seen it before, and then she burns. Very sad moment. Very, very sad. I think he liked her. I think they would have been a cute couple. I think they would have worked out. I think that would have been adorable. That would have been cute. Blaze victorious, right? Blaze victorious. Whistler is alive, of course. He shot the embryos, by the way. I almost forgot to say that. Oh boy. All right. Whew. All right. Let's do the ending of this video now. Let's rock and roll. We are just moving along. All right. Here we go. 1, 2. Boom. All right. Here we go. Final thoughts here. You know, I want to change the color in here. Let's go back to purple. Love the purple because we're back into the multiverse. We're just looking at the multiverse now. It's purple. Imagine we're looking to the multiverse now. We're seeing another peek into this universe. We're going to find out about someone called, oh yeah, forgot to mention him, Dracula, or Drake, as he's known in Blade Trinity. We are about to discover him, and this is a fun deep dive into my favorite of the Blade movies. Number 2, Blade 2. It's my favorite for a lot of reasons. You can tell. Yeah. This next review, we'll dive into the end of the trilogy. So, hope you guys had fun with this. I did. I had a blast. That was a lot of fun. Blade Trinity will be written. The scripts will be written soon, so stay tuned for that. As always, I hope you enjoy. Like I said, tell me what you're smoking in the comments. Tell me which edibles you had. What dab did you hit? What's your piece? You know, like how big is your bong? You know, I want to know these things. It'd be fun. All right, see you guys later.